All content is publicly sourced and used under the USA Fair Use and UK Fair Dealing Guidelines. The things I say are strictly my opinion. Good afternoon, everyone. It's the Bizzy Bee with the royalty. It is the 11th of October. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Wow, do I have a lot of things I want to cover with you all. By now, I'm pretty sure that you've all heard that the Harkles went on a double date this past weekend with David Foster and his wife, Catherine McPhee. And it made me think, the other day, I did that video about Smegs and Hare wanting to spend Christmas with David Foster and Catherine. I was thinking, what's she doing spending so much time with Catherine McPhee? To be honest with you, I really didn't know who Catherine McPhee was till she started hanging out with Smegs. I really don't keep up with the latest celebrity news. But as I understand, my partner told me she came to fame through American Idol, that talent competition show. And reality stars, they're kind of D-list celebrities, right? I was thinking, why would Smegs want to be hanging out with Catherine McPhee? She wants to be hanging out with the likes of Gwyneth Paltrow and the A-list crowd, right? So what's she doing with this Catherine McPhee, American Idol fodder? Then I realized, well, it must be David Foster. So I thought, Smegs must be angling to get David Foster. Let's be honest. Harry's family, they have money, yes, but when Harry wants money, he has to call Daddy and get an advance on his allowance. All David has to do is just break out the ATM card, right, David Foster? So, of course, he would be a much more appealing choice for Smegs. Plus, he's older and, a little bit closer to, the Golden Gates. So she could get all his money that way, so that's another appealing option for Smegs. But I was thinking, Catherine McPhee, you think you have a very good friend here with Meghan Markle, but no, she's angling for your husband, in my opinion. You better hang on to him. So anyway, the point of me bringing up the date is the outfit that Smegs is wearing here. You see, of course, look, all available on Meghan's Mirror. Wow. The trench coat she's wearing, $359. Oh, and they have a lovely payment plan, 4 installments of $90 each. The sweater, cashmere, of course, $145. The mules, the mule shoes for a mule, right? Well, it doesn't have the price here because they're sold out. It's sold out. Let me ask you, why is anyone buying what she's wearing? Oh, come on now. It's not attractive. It looks terrible. Why would you spend this much money? Look at all these Chloe Gosselin shoes are $4.85 a piece. So most likely these cost the same amount. Why would these people who look up to Smegs go and pay $485 for these terrible shoes? And then the purse, $890 for this monstrosity? Really? She paid almost $2,000 for, and let me correct myself, backtrack, she didn't pay anything for the outfit. These people probably gave her all this stuff for free if she would merch it, etc., etc. So this whole get up that she's wearing, $2,000 plus dollars, and I don't think it's to impress her husband, Harry Harkle. I think it's to land that other big fish, David Foster. But let's move on. Royal fact of the day is about King Charles II. What happened to his signature? Oh, yeah, there we go. I love that signature, don't you? Coat of arms. Okay. During the Protectorship, Puritanism ruled and Cromwell closed all public theaters. Once the monarchy was restored, Charles reopened the theaters, but in order to receive an operating license, Charles ordered that female roles must be played by actual females, whereas they had been played by males up until that point. Very interesting. So Smegs could have officially began her career during the reign of Charles II on the stage. She was probably around back then. She's so darn old. Okay, for today's episode of As the Stomach Turns, the latest adventures of Harry and Smegs Harkle. Harry and Smegs, the least eco-friendly royals, another study finds. Do we really need another study to tell us the hypocrisy of the Harkles on the environment? I really don't think so because it's very well known, but someone else has looked into it and proven once again that the Harkles are hypocrites. So we'll just very briefly cover this and then I'll get to what I really want to talk about. The Harkles are the least eco-friendly of all the senior members of the royal family, according to a new survey. Save on Energy evaluated the 10 most senior royals for 5 key environmental measures, and the private jet-setting Harkles took the bottom 2 spots. Let me tell you, I tried to X out every reference to them with the title Duke and Duchess or Prince before Harry Harkle's name. I think I was able to do it. If I missed one or two, they got by me. I apologize. Okay, using a point system, the woke twosome got just 9 points each for positive measures from March of 2019 until their megxit was finalized this year, a fraction of the 156 points that Mr. Harkle's father, Prince Charles, was awarded. Are they sure they're not talking about Harry Harkle's IQ here? 9 compared to Prince Charles's 156? Thanks to his support of environmental charities, Charles easily took the crown, both solo and as a couple. His wife Camilla came second, getting 84 points, giving them a total of 240 points to the Harkles' 18. Wow, 18 to 240. Not good. Harry Harkle's points mostly came from pushing environmental causes on social media rather than any direct action. Do you hear that? His points came from talking about environmental causes, but not from actually doing anything about it. What does that tell you? All talk, no action. While his wife was praised for her eco-friendly wardrobe, wearing sustainable fashion brands such as Stella McCartney and others, like this $890 Stella McCartney purse we just looked at. However, the Harkles engaged considerably less than others with environmental charities and engagements, and had the 3rd worst carbon footprint of all royals studied, Save on Energy said. In fact, their private jet trips to South Africa, their final formal tour as royals, had almost the same carbon footprint as most Britons emit in an entire year, the Sun noted. One trip that this Looney Tune pair took had a bigger carbon footprint than one UK citizen makes in a year. These two are the biggest hypocrites. Continuing on. Now, this is the big thing that I want to talk about. Smegs is crying again, and she wants your pity. Boo-hoo, my life has been so hard. Here we go. You see, it says people.com, then royals. No, this is about the Harkles. This isn't about royals. I scratched that out. This is about trash. Okay. Smegs addresses being the most trolled person in the entire world. Almost unsurvivable, she says. If people are saying things about you that aren't true, what that does to your mental and emotional health is so damaging, Smegs said. Smegs is opening up about the online foolishness. Smegs is opening up about the online truth she had to endure when she married into the royal family. The Nothing of Nowhere recently appeared alongside her hapless half-wit husband on the Teenager Therapy podcast, hosted by 5 seniors at an Anaheim, California high school, and discussed the toll that social media can take on mental health. Okay, listen to this one. This next paragraph is golden. Yes, it's a great way to connect, but it also ends up being a place where there's a lot of disconnection. I can speak personally too. I'm told that in 2019, I was the most trolled person in the entire world, male or female, Smeg said. She just couldn't resist throwing that in there. She had to say, talking about internet, social media, then she just had to throw out her record-setting year last year, right? She couldn't let it go without it. Somebody told me that I was the most searched for, trolled person in the entire world last year, male or female. She just can't resist bragging on herself, no matter what it is, right? I'm the great, I'm the best, but Oh, it's sickening. During that year, Smegs was faking her pregnancy with son Archofficial, and she recalled, now, 8 months of that, I wasn't even visible. I was on maternity leave or with a fake baby. But that was but what was able to be manufactured and churned out, it's almost unsurvivable. Oh, here we go. But you survived, didn't you? You're surviving and thriving in LA, right? You made it through, and you weren't barely getting through your pregnancy. You had your surrogate over there taking care of it for you. You were sitting on your butt, Googling yourself, eating ice cream, doing whatever you do, and fussing at your husband. You weren't put out at all, okay? The hypocrisy. It's just sickening, isn't it? I don't care if you're 15 or you're 25. If people are saying things about you that aren't true, what that does to your mental and emotional health is so damaging, Smeg said. But the people are saying things about you that are true, right? You treat everybody like dirt. You're an awful person. You got your husband wrapped around your finger. Need I go on? You're using your title to make money, to up your status. You tried to go back to Hollywood to become an A-list celebrity and to be the biggest actress in the world, but nobody would offer you any parts. So now you have to resort to tapping into Netflix to make documentaries that nobody's going to watch. The Harkles appeared on the podcast for World Mental Health Day on the 10th of October, this past Saturday. She said part of what the pair hope to accomplish through their advocacy is to emphasize that we all know what it feels like to have our feelings hurt. We certainly do, Smegs, and people know what it's like to have their feelings hurt by you. You might want to start with your husband's family, your in-laws. Talk about their feelings, okay? The conversation was recorded earlier this week with 3 of the 5 hosts at a, everything that's going on compliant shooting location, including masks in Montecito, California, where the couple recently moved with 1-year-old Archofficial. The Harkles led the crew, excuse me, they led the crew in deep breaths a few times during the conversation to help calm the young hosts' nerves. Oh dear me. The hosts were so nervous about talking to the Harkles that the Harkles had to lead them in deep breathing exercises, right? Oh, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard, right? Okay, I know you're nervous about talking to me. Just take a few deep breaths, it'll be okay. I'm just Smegs Harkle, it's no big deal. Just a few deep breaths, and this is just H. Oh dear. Vulnerability is not a weakness. Showing vulnerability in today's world especially is a strength, Harry said. The more we talk about it, the more normal it becomes, and it is normal. It's normal for your wife to have your cojones in her pocket, right? And for you to be taking orders from her and for you to take the back seat to her. When you're the one born of royal blood, you're supposed to come first, right, Harry Harkle? That's what's normal? Mm-hmm. And look at this in their appearance. He's wearing that same gray polo shirt. Meghan's wearing a new outfit in every appearance, but Harry's in the gray polo shirt again. During the discussion, Smegs also mentioned her headline-making comment that she was not okay when she was asked by the ITV journalist Tom Bradby how she was doing just after welcoming Archofficial. I was tired, she said of the interview, which took place during the couple's tour of South Africa. I was just about to give Archie a bath. I was exhausted. Listen to this dribble. I was still feeding him at the time, she was still feeding him at the time, Harry added, as Smegs explained that although most people weren't aware of it, between every official engagement, I was running back to make sure our son was fed. Listen to this tripe, okay, everybody? They were on a taxpayer-funded royal engagement. They had to cut a few ribbons, look at a few kids dancing, do a few official engagements, but basically, a vacation paid for by the taxpayer coffers. And She's complaining about having to go back and take care of her baby. It was so exhausting. Smegs, lots of women work 40 hours a week or more just to take care of their children. They don't have a staff of nannies helping them and a husband that they've got browbeaten to do whatever they say. And they do it without any help, without any complaining. And here you go. I was so exhausted. Shut up. Nobody cares. Get out of here. She is so ridiculous. A few comments from the last video. The author's explanation regarding Harry's quitting the family is a load of bollocks. So is Harry's reputation and public image. I wonder how much the gold digger paid the authors of that book to take the blame off of her. Well, half-wit Harry should work on that pastiness. He's way too white. He seems to be wearing brown contact lenses nowadays, or putting some kind of brown filter on the camera. So yeah, I think he's working on it. If Smegs would make up with Jessica Maroney, she could certainly help him with the tanning. She certainly knows how to take it overboard. OMG, the more I hear about them, the more I hate them. She probably doesn't even know her kid can walk. No, she's busy running back and forth to check on him after engagements, remember? Why would a 22-year-old have to mentor his brother who was 20? No wonder he's so useless. I believe he had an easier role than William, all the money, fame, etc., without the responsibility. Oh, I'm sorry? There weren't any female angels until recently. Now, was Smegs the first one? Because she certainly is an angel. Except for some sugars, Smegs is the most hated person nobody wants to sit next to at the party. Let me stop you there. Smegs would not be invited to the party. We feel like someone is forcing her down our throats. Disgusting. What have we learned today, everyone? Number 1, Ms. McPhee better hang on to her husband. Number 2, a man old enough to be your great-grandfather is Autumn's hottest accessory. Number 3, wearing garbage means your wardrobe is eco-friendly. Number 4, when Smegs and Jessica reconcile, Mrs. Mulroney can assist H with the spray tan. Number 5, after years of having things shoved down her throat, Smega is now shoving herself down our throats. You guys, if you want to send things to the dogs, there's the P.O. Box. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification button. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.